Well, and Oliver, you've been in the tech world for a while, and have been part of tech companies and everything for a while. And it like, what have you been kind of looking at as things kind of go? I mean, it's kind of changed everything. I was literally we've been on Zoom and on everything for the last few months, right?
Yeah, I think for us, like so many, I guess it's opened the world up to us, right? We did events in Europe, the States, the Far East anyway, but it was more driven by our partners that we work with here that do events and run events there. So we then sort of be dragged along with them. But then I think one thing that this whole pandemic situation made clear is that we're all really majorly connected, right? It's so easy to get around. We can get pretty much anywhere on the planet fairly quickly. But so can these pesky little things called viruses. And normally it's just colds and flu and it's fine. But obviously, this has shown really how not only we all miss being so connected, as John said, I don't think I've ever recruited anyone before that I've not met until the last 18 months. I've always liked to see the whites of someone's eyes and,
Oh yeah.
both ways, because you've got to work out whether you're going to work well together and if your personalities fit and if the vibe is right for everyone. So I think technology's enabled all this, right? And I don't think it's nothing I've worried about. John and I have spoken for a long time anyway, and then we're like, hey, there's this opportunity. It might be a thing, this event technology. Maybe it's going to take off. And you only have to look at the crazy sums of investments by some of our peers that have gone the venture capitalist route, which is obviously fine, and that makes sense for them. Some of them have got like up to $1 billion now investing in them. I mean, it is just absolutely insane amounts of money for something that wasn't really a business 2 years ago. In terms of these virtual events, right? But things like Zoom existed. You only have to look at companies like Microsoft who have developed Teams faster than any other product they've ever launched ever because it's already out there and they've had to upskill their teams and grow their teams so fast. And this is Microsoft, right? They're a massive multi-billion-dollar company, and they have had to service education, they've had to service events, they've had to service just team meetings of 1,000 people on a video call. None of it was built to sustain that when everyone's doing it. And I think certainly here, and I know in the States, connectivity is harder given purely the size of the landmass that all these things have to go over. But even in the UK, our communications networks have really struggled to keep up with demand. And I think, again, they weren't designed to be always on all the time. And we all have, but, you talk about Zoom fatigue and all this kind of stuff. But how else are we going to communicate when you can't physically get together? So I think the biggest thing for me is that it's kind of enabled all of this technology that already existed to accelerate at such a rate, probably 5 to 10 years ahead of what it would have been had times been normal.